participates in building this airplane will be able to fly it. So that is really the cool idea. Along the way, you'll learn a bunch of stuff about how airplanes are put together. You'll learn about how they're assembled, the little fasteners, the tools. There's a bunch of special weird words that you probably haven't heard, and weird names for stuff. You'll learn all that. It's pretty simple and straightforward. You'll just have to learn a few new words and new techniques and new things. We have the kit for the wings, and today, if everything works well, we are going to actually complete the skeleton or the inside of one complete wing of that airplane to the point, just temporarily. We're going to put it together once, make sure everything fits together, make sure you'll see where all the parts go. You'll see it'll start to look like a wing, so it'll be just a skeleton, the inside of it. We'll put the metal around the outside of it later. All the pieces are metal, aluminum. It's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. So what we're going to do, the first thing is, we're going to have you watch only a 15-minute video, and the reason is because you'll see exactly what we're about to do. It's not to bore you to death. I apologize. I'm not trying to create a whole other school here. We have enough of school during the week. But we want everybody to be able to see this process all the way through. It's very, very quick. See the wing go together. And then what we'll do is we will go over to the workbench, and every one of you will start putting the pieces together in this airplane. We're going to use temporary fasteners or temporary attachments called clicos. And that's a word you're going to hear 20 million times here, but it's an important word. And what it is it's a little thing that was developed 100 years ago or 80 years ago to hold pieces of metal together temporarily, where you could take it apart, put them together, take them apart without rivets, without screws, without nuts and bolts. And so what we do on an airplane that's made out of metal like this is, and this is very, very common, and if you guys, 30 years from now, if you have a job building jet fighters, in the aerospace industry, you'll be doing a lot of the same stuff. You'll put something together once, you'll figure out if it's correct, you'll figure out if we're making any mistakes, if something's broken, if something doesn't fit correctly, then we'll take it apart, make sure all that stuff is correct, we'll maybe do some preparation work, then we'll put it back together at least once more. And it goes very quick, so it's not quite as boring as it sounds. But we're going to wind up putting things together and take them apart and put them together quite a few times, because that is the way that we get something that we trust when we're flying in the airplane. And when it's our butt sitting in the seat, we want to know that it was put together correctly. So it takes a little bit more time than just putting together a jigsaw puzzle and saying it's done, because we're going to be flying in it. But it's not boring, and it's amazing how quickly this is going to go together. Like I said, within a couple of hours or 3 hours from now, however long we do this, I don't know how fast we're going to do it, you're going to see something that looks like this skeleton of a wing, just like this one here. So, the clico, which you'll be seeing, and they don't explain it in the video, it's the reason I'm going to take 5 minutes of your time right now. There's a clico is a little cylindrical thing about this big. We've got hundreds of them over there. And there's a special pair of pliers that opens and closes those, or squishes them together and takes them apart. It's a temporary clamp, like a clothespin, except it goes through a hole. And so when you'll see how it works, I'll show you exactly how it works. You put this clico in the special pliers, which we've got for you, squeeze the pliers together, and it pushes two little fingers out. It makes it a little bit smaller, and you put the whole thing through 1 or 10 holes in pieces of metal together, and then when you let the pliers go, the thing springs and holds everything together, and you can't take it apart until you put the pliers back on it and squeeze them and then take the whole thing out. And no matter how many times you do it, it doesn't damage the part. That's the reason that these were invented, was so that you could do this 100 times if you have to, and it was originally designed to be very quick when they were building these airplanes in World War II, basically 80 years ago.
I may not be right, but I think they were invented and developed in the City of Commerce, right here in Los Angeles.
Cleveland Tool Company.
Cleveland Pneumatic Tool Company, I think, but and there's probably other ones that were similar to it. Anyway, so with that, first of all, just on that stuff, if there's any questions, let me know. I don't want to make sure that everybody understands understands just the real simple stuff. Oh, there's got to be a question. Come on, I'm not that smart. No? Okay. So, if you would follow me, we're going to run this little video in here. And this is the factory that makes this kit. These are the real experts. They're going to do it real quick. If you want, we can see the video 2 or 3 times. You won't need it. But you'll see how we're going to do it. And then right after it's done, we're going to start doing it. So everybody follow me.
Found some errors, or you want your name off of it.
Yeah, I don't need this because I've got it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to compete with the blue sheet.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Where's your square?